foundation of self-respect. Welcome to this powerful journey of transformation. Let's begin at the very heart of commanding self-respect. Understanding your worth. Self-respect is the foundation on which every dream, every relationship, and every success story is built. It's not something that others can give you, it's something you cultivate from within. It's the unshakable belief that you matter, that your voice deserves to be heard, and that your presence in this world has purpose and meaning. Too often, we wait for validation from others, a compliment, an invitation, a nod of approval, to feel respected. But let me tell you this, no one is coming to hand you self-respect on a silver platter. It is earned and built from the inside out. You have to decide right now that you are worthy of respect, no matter what anyone else says or does. Self-respect is the quiet force that says, I will not accept anything less than what I deserve. It's the silent voice that guides you through tough times and helps you stand tall even when the world tries to push you down. When you know your worth, you stop seeking permission to exist or to take up space. You stop apologizing for being yourself. You stop shrinking to fit into places that can't hold your greatness. Think about this. Every time you allow someone to treat you poorly, every time you settle for less, every time you silence your truth to keep the peace, you chip away at your self-respect. But every time you say, no, I deserve better. Every time you walk away from what no longer serves you, every time you choose yourself, you build that respect back stronger than before. Attention, self-respect is a choice, a commitment to honoring your own needs and values. It's about recognizing that your time is valuable, your energy is precious, and your dreams are worth fighting for. It's about knowing that you are not here to live by someone else's expectations. You are here to live a life that is authentic and meaningful to you. Let this be your turning point. Right now, declare that you will never again allow disrespect, not from others and not from yourself. You will treat yourself with kindness, with compassion, and with the unwavering belief that you are enough just as you are. Remember, you are the architect of your self-respect. Every thought you think, every decision you make, every boundary you set is a brick in the foundation of your self-respect. So stand tall, look in the mirror and see the incredible person looking back at you. Know that self-respect starts here today with the decision to never settle for less than you deserve. You are worthy, you are powerful, you are unstoppable. And from this moment forward, you will command the self-respect that you have always deserved. Set your boundaries. Boundaries are not barriers to keep others out. They are bridges that lead to healthy relationships and self-respect. If you want to command self-respect instantly, you must first understand the power of saying no to anything that undermines your value. Boundaries define where you end and where others begin. They are the invisible lines that protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. So many people struggle with boundaries because they fear rejection, conflict, or being seen as selfish. But let's be clear, setting boundaries is not selfish, it's essential. When you set boundaries, you teach others how to treat you. You show them that your needs, feelings, and time matter. Without boundaries, people will walk all over you. Not because they're evil, but because you've taught them that it's okay. Think about how often you've said yes when you wanted to say no. How many times have you stayed silent when someone crossed a line or put their needs before your own? Every time you let disrespect slide, every time you compromise your values just to keep the peace, you are sending a message that your self-respect is negotiable. But here's the truth. You can command self-respect instantly by deciding that your boundaries are non-negotiable. This means identifying what is acceptable and what is not, and then sticking to it, even when it's uncomfortable. It means saying no without guilt, yes without fear, and standing firm even when others try to push past your limits. Remember, setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about controlling what you allow in your life. It's about deciding who gets access to your time, your heart, and your energy. It's about protecting the sacred space within you that is meant for your dreams, your growth, and your peace. Start by asking yourself, what are my non-negotiables? What behaviors, attitudes, or situations am I no longer willing to tolerate? Maybe it's disrespectful language, constant negativity, or people who drain your energy. Write them down and commit to enforcing those boundaries. And let's talk about the fear that comes with setting boundaries. Yes, some people will be upset. Some will call you selfish, rude, or even arrogant. But let me tell you this. Their reaction is not your responsibility. It's a reflection of their own discomfort with being held accountable. Do not let their discomfort make you doubt your worth. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, you inspire others to do the same. You give them permission to honor themselves too. Boundaries are contagious. They create healthier relationships, stronger connections, and a life filled with people who value and respect you. So today I challenge you, draw your line in the sand. Decide where your limits are and stand by them fiercely, because when you set boundaries, you command respect, not just from others, but from yourself. And that's how you start to live a life of unstoppable self-respect. Speak with authority. Your voice is your power. It's the bridge between your mind and the world, the instrument through which your values, boundaries, and beliefs are communicated. If you want to command self-respect instantly, you must learn to speak with authority. Speaking with authority doesn't mean shouting over others, belittling them, or trying to prove your worth through volume. It means speaking with clarity, purpose, and confidence, owning your words and believing in what you have to say. Too often we downplay our voices out of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of confrontation, or fear of making mistakes. We start our sentences with apologies, disclaimers, and "I'm sorry, but," as if we need permission to exist. Let me tell you something. You do not need permission to take up space. Your voice is not a burden, it's a gift. It's the way you express your truth, share your ideas, and command respect. Think about how you speak to others and yourself. Do you mumble, hesitate, or soften your tone to avoid conflict, or do you speak with conviction and stand by your words? When you speak timidly, you tell the world that you doubt yourself, and the world responds accordingly. But when you speak with authority, people listen, they lean in, they respect you not just for what you say, but for the way you say it. Speaking with authority starts from within. It's a mindset, a deep belief that your voice matters. It means choosing words that align with your values and refusing to water them down for anyone. It means speaking with honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. It means standing by your truth, even when others challenge it. But speaking with authority also requires self-awareness. It's not about dominating conversations or proving that you're always right. It's about speaking your truth with respect for yourself and others. It's about using your voice to build bridges, to set boundaries, and to inspire change. Authority doesn't come from arrogance, it comes from authenticity. Start practicing today. When you speak, eliminate unnecessary apologies. Replace "I think" with "I believe." Replace "I'm sorry" with "Thank you for understanding." Replace "just" with direct statements. Instead of saying, "I'm just wondering if you could," say, "Can you please?" These small shifts in language signal confidence and self-respect. And remember, your tone matters just as much as your words. Speak at a steady pace, with a calm and confident tone. Make eye contact when possible. Let your body language support your words. Stand tall, open your chest, and avoid fidgeting. Your nonverbal communication speaks volumes before your first word is even spoken. So today, I challenge you, own your voice. Speak with purpose. Speak with passion. Speak with the unwavering belief that what you have to say matters, because it does. When you speak with authority, you teach the world to treat you with the respect you deserve, and you reinforce to yourself that you are worthy of that respect. Take responsibility for your actions. One of the most powerful ways to command self-respect instantly is by taking complete responsibility for your actions. Self-respect is built on integrity, the unshakable foundation that says, "I own my choices, my words, and my behavior." When you embrace responsibility, you demonstrate maturity, self-awareness, and a deep respect for yourself and those around you. Too often, people shy away from responsibility because it's easier to point fingers or blame circumstances. They say, "It's not my fault, I had no choice," or "They made me do it." But here's the truth. Every time you blame others, you give away your power. You hand over the keys to your life to someone else. And self-respect cannot thrive in a life where you're not in the driver's seat. Taking responsibility means looking in the mirror and saying, "No matter what happens, I own my part in it." It means acknowledging your mistakes without shame, because mistakes are how we grow. It means learning from every setback, every heartbreak, every failure, and using those lessons to become stronger and wiser. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. You stop waiting for perfect conditions or for others to change. You realize that your life is your own and it's up to you to shape it. That's where true self-respect comes from, knowing that your destiny is in your hands. Let's get real. Taking responsibility isn't always easy. It requires humility and courage. It means admitting when you've fallen short, when you've hurt someone, or when you've made a poor choice. But here's the secret. Every time you take ownership, you grow in strength and integrity. You build a foundation of self-trust that no one can shake. Think about the times when you've blamed others for your circumstances. Did it make you feel powerful, or did it leave you feeling stuck and resentful? Blame keeps you trapped. Responsibility sets you free. When you own your actions, you open the door to change. You empower yourself to make better choices and to create a life that aligns with your values. Responsibility also means setting an example for those around you. When you step up and own your actions, you inspire others to do the same. You create a culture of accountability and respect in your relationships, your work, and your community. People will see you as a leader, not because you're perfect, but because you're honest, reliable, and committed to growth. So today I challenge you. Embrace responsibility. Stop pointing fingers. Stop waiting for others to change. Look inward and ask, what can I do differently? How can I grow from this? When you take responsibility, you build unshakable self-respect. And that respect radiates to everyone around you. Remember, self-respect isn't given, it's earned. One responsible choice at a time. Stand tall, own your life, and watch how quickly you command the respect you've always deserved. Invest in yourself. If you want to command self-respect instantly, you must become your own greatest investment. Self-respect doesn't just come from external achievements or the praise of others. It grows from within, nurtured by how you treat yourself. Investing in yourself means choosing to prioritize your growth, your health, your skills, and your dreams, because you believe you are worthy of your own time and energy. Too many people pour their efforts into pleasing others or chasing someone else's idea of success, all while neglecting their own needs. They put themselves at the bottom of the list, always available for everyone else but never making time to build themselves up. But here's the hard truth. You cannot command respect from others if you don't respect yourself first. And self-respect starts with self-investment. Investing in yourself isn't just about money, it's about mindset. It means making choices that honor your well-being and your future. It's reading books that expand your thinking, learning new skills that elevate your career, and developing habits that strengthen your mind and body. Every hour you spend growing yourself pays dividends in confidence, resilience, and respect. Think about it. When you invest time in exercise, you build not just physical strength but also discipline and confidence. When you invest in your mental health, whether through therapy, meditation, or positive habits, you cultivate clarity, self-awareness, and emotional stability. When you invest in your education or skill set, you show the world that you take your potential seriously. Investing in yourself also means protecting your time and energy from people and situations that drain you. It means saying no to what doesn't align with your goals and yes to opportunities that challenge and inspire you. It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and encourage you to become the best version of yourself. And let's not forget the power of rest. Investing in yourself includes giving yourself permission to slow down and recharge. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It's a sign of imbalance. Rest is essential for clarity, creativity, and long-term success. By taking care of yourself, you show the world that you value your own health and happiness, and that's a powerful way to command respect. Some people may call you selfish for putting yourself first. Let them talk. Self-investment is not about ignoring others. It's about ensuring you have the strength and capacity to give your best to the world. When you invest in yourself, you fill your own cup, and from that fullness, you can pour into the lives of others. So today I challenge you, make yourself your number one priority. Set goals that excite you. Learn something new. Exercise your mind and body. Rest when you need it. And above all, believe that you are worthy of every ounce of effort you put into yourself. Because when you invest in yourself, you become a person who radiates self-respect, self-love, and unstoppable confidence. And that's the kind of person who commands respect from everyone around them. Stand up for your boundaries. If you want to command self-respect instantly, you must learn to stand up for your boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define who you are, what you value, and what you will and will not tolerate. They protect your energy, your time, and your peace of mind. And let's be clear, boundaries are not walls to shut people out. They are doors that allow the right people in and keep the wrong people out. Too often, people sacrifice their boundaries because they fear rejection, criticism, or conflict. They say yes when they mean no, allow others to cross lines that should never be crossed, and let guilt or obligation dictate their actions. But every time you allow someone to disrespect your boundaries, you send a message to them and to yourself that you don't value your own worth. That's how self-respect erodes. Standing up for your boundaries is an act of self-respect in its purest form. It means knowing where you draw the line and having the courage to enforce it. It means not explaining away your needs or apologizing for having them. It means saying no without guilt and yes without resentment. Let's be honest, setting boundaries isn't always easy. It can feel uncomfortable, especially if you're used to people pleasing or if others have conditioned you to believe your needs are secondary. But let me remind you, your needs are valid. Your time, your space, your energy, they matter. And the only person who can truly protect them is you. Think about the areas in your life where your boundaries have been crossed. That friend who constantly dumps their problems on you without considering how you feel. That boss who expects you to work late every night, even when you're exhausted. That family member who criticizes your choices and makes you doubt yourself. In every one of these situations, standing up for your boundaries means saying, "This is not acceptable to me." It's not about being rude or aggressive. It's about being firm, respectful, and unshakable. You can say, "I understand you're upset, but I can't be your emotional punching bag." Or, "I'm not available to work overtime tonight. I need to prioritize my health and well-being." Boundaries also involve consistency. If you set a boundary and then allow others to cross it repeatedly, you teach them that you don't really mean it. But when you stand firm, you build a reputation for being someone who honors themselves, and that commands respect. Remember, people may not always like your boundaries, especially if they've benefited from you not having any. But the people who truly respect you will accept and honor them. The people who don't, they were never meant to stay in your life. So today I challenge you. Identify where you need stronger boundaries. Practice speaking them with confidence. Remember that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's self-respect in action. And the more you respect yourself, the more the world will respect you in return. Cultivate a positive self-image. If you want to command self-respect instantly, you must start by cultivating a positive self-image. Your self-image is the mental picture you hold of yourself. It's what you believe about who you are, what you're capable of, and what you deserve. And let's be honest, the way you see yourself shapes every single aspect of your life. When your self-image is weak or negative, you're constantly looking for validation from others. You doubt your abilities, you shrink in the face of challenges, and you settle for less than you deserve. But when you cultivate a strong, positive self-image, you radiate confidence and attract respect like a magnet. People sense your inner strength and are drawn to it. So how do you build that positive self-image? It starts with the words you speak to yourself. Too often, we become our own worst critics, filling our minds with negative self-talk. "I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. I don't deserve success." But would you ever speak to a friend that way? Of course not. So why do you talk to yourself that way? The commanding self-respect means becoming your own greatest ally. It means challenging those negative voices and replacing them with empowering truths. Every time that voice in your head says, "I can't do this," you respond, "I can, and I will." Every time it whispers, "I'm not worthy," you affirm, "I am enough, just as I am." Visualization is a powerful tool here. Take time each day to close your eyes and see yourself as the person you want to be. Strong, confident, resilient. Picture yourself handling challenges with grace, speaking up for yourself, and standing tall in your worth. The more you see it in your mind, the more your subconscious mind begins to believe it, and the more your actions start to align with that image. Another key step is to celebrate your strengths and achievements, no matter how small. Don't brush them aside or downplay them. Own them. Write them down in a journal. Reflect on them at the end of each day. Every accomplishment, every brave choice, every time you showed up for yourself, These moments are proof of your growth and strength. But remember, cultivating a positive self-image isn't about arrogance or pretending to be perfect. It's about embracing your imperfections and loving yourself anyway. It's knowing that your worth isn't tied to your mistakes, your looks, or other people's opinions. It's about being real, honest, and proud of who you are becoming. So today I challenge you, commit to building a self-picture that honors your unique worth. Speak kindly to yourself. Celebrate your wins, visualize your success, and most importantly, believe that you deserve respect from yourself and from everyone around you. Because when you respect yourself, you set the tone for how the world treats you. Embrace continuous growth. If you want to command self-respect instantly, understand that self-respect is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey of growth. It's about recognizing that you are a work in progress and being committed to becoming better every single day. When you embrace continuous growth, you send a message to yourself and to the world that you take your life seriously, that you refuse to stay stagnant, and that you are dedicated to evolving into the best version of yourself. Let's be real, too many people get comfortable in their routines. They settle into patterns of thinking, habits, and relationships that no longer serve them, and before they know it, they're stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. They stop challenging themselves, they stop learning, and worst of all, they stop respecting themselves. Because deep down, we all know when we're coasting. But when you commit to continuous growth, you ignite a fire inside yourself that refuses to be extinguished. You start looking at every obstacle as a lesson, every failure as feedback, and every success as a stepping stone to something even greater. That mindset not only builds resilience and confidence, but it also commands the respect of others who admire your determination and drive. So how do you embrace continuous growth in your life? Start by setting goals that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Whether it's learning a new skill, taking on a leadership role, or challenging yourself to improve in an area you've always struggled with, growth happens when you push yourself beyond what's easy. Read books that inspire and challenge your thinking. Listen to podcasts that open your mind to new ideas. Surround yourself with people who support your growth. Those who inspire you to be better, not those who drag you down with negativity. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose those people wisely. Invest time in reflecting on your journey. Ask yourself regularly, where am I growing? Where am I holding myself back? What can I do today that my future self will thank me for? Growth requires self-awareness and honesty. It's about recognizing your weaknesses and being brave enough to work on them even when it's uncomfortable. Most importantly, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Growth doesn't happen overnight. You'll stumble, you'll fail, and you'll question yourself. That's okay. Every misstep is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to rise stronger. Embrace the process. Trust the journey and celebrate the progress you make, no matter how small it may seem. So today I challenge you, commit to a life of continuous growth. Never settle for less than your best. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep striving to become the person you know you can be. Because when you invest in your own growth, you build a rock-solid foundation of self-respect that no one can take away, and that's how you command self-respect. By becoming a lifelong student of your own potential, and by proving to yourself every single day that you are worth the effort. Commanding self-respect, your journey starts now. Throughout this video, we've explored the essential steps to command self-respect instantly. From recognizing your worth to standing up for your boundaries, from valuing your time to speaking with confidence, from setting boundaries to cultivating a positive self-exchange and embracing continuous growth. Each of these steps is a building block in the foundation of your self-respect. But now comes the most important part, putting it all into practice and committing to a life where self-respect is not just a concept, but a lived experience. Let's be honest. Commanding self-respect is not a one-time event. It's a choice you make every single day. It's choosing to show up for yourself even when it's hard. It's choosing to say no when you need to protect your peace and yes when your soul calls you forward. It's choosing to value your time, your energy, and your presence. It's choosing to surround yourself with people who see your light and refuse to dim it. Remember, self-respect is not something that others grant you. It's something you grant yourself. The world will treat you the way you teach it to treat you. Every time you stand up for yourself, every time you enforce a boundary, every time you speak your truth, You teach the world how to respect you. And more importantly, you teach yourself that you are worthy of respect. It's important to understand that commanding self-respect doesn't mean you'll never feel doubt or insecurity again. We all have moments of weakness. We all face challenges that test our resolve. But the difference between those who command self-respect and those who don't is the willingness to rise after each stumble. It's the commitment to keep growing, to keep learning, to keep striving to become the best version of yourself. So ask yourself today, where in your life have you been giving your power away? Where have you been settling for less than you deserve? Where have you been dimming your own light just to keep others comfortable? Identify those areas and make a decision right now to change that narrative. Because the only person who can truly command respect for you is you. Start with one small step. Speak up when you would normally stay silent. Say no when you would usually say yes out of obligation. Make time for yourself without guilt. Every small act of self-respect builds the muscle of confidence and strength. And over time you'll find that commanding respect becomes second nature. Remember, self-respect is a gift you give yourself, and it's a gift that keeps on giving. When you respect yourself, you attract respect from others. When you value your own worth, the world responds in kind. And when you walk with self-respect, you inspire others to do the same. So stand tall, speak boldly, live unapologetically, command the respect you deserve, starting today. Because the world needs more people who respect themselves enough to show others how it's done. And that journey starts with you. Ending lines? Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you. Respect yourself enough to stand firm in your truth. And respect yourself enough to know that you deserve the very best. Now go out there, live your life with unstoppable confidence, and command the self-respect you were born to embody.